Vamos, Colo-Colo. Screening or?
No, it's just so comfortable. Fuck, it's ridiculous. The gold is a trophy. That's what. That's what Ants was pretty much saying to them on Monday. You don't win a trophy. It's just big what it's also. Yeah.
I know, I want to sit on my couch. Oh, yeah. See, we have a reason to make a warm with
It was on when we got here and it was fucking.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and it makes that weird little noise.
Fucking smoking. Yeah, literally. She was screaming your face like fucking 4 shots. It was from fucking drill before these pants, but it was so fucking old. Should I sit down there for more foot to the fridge?
I think she was. Oh.
Did she know we were coming? Did she think she was leaving? She got the session.
What is that? Does this count as a picture?
What is that? Oh, yeah, but the winner's already in this, so. Sorry, let's go. Well, fantastic. We have got 55 minutes, but no one's in here after us, so if we go slightly over, we go slightly over. But today we're going to be looking at a few things. We're going to be looking at the stats from the Horsell game. We're going to be looking at a breakdown of the Horsell game, and then we're going to look at some footage from the Tech vs Coastal game on the weekend. Obviously, as Coastal are coming up, and then we'll talk about the winners of our fundamental challenge coming up. Absolutely. I'll talk about our trainings. I could like to look going forward, but yeah, I'll be more than keen to get more of those going because I had a good old laugh myself when those were coming in, so I thoroughly enjoyed that. So, looking at Saturday,
We will get some team bonding in as well. We'll be
Correct.
more in advance with a week or shit. We've got more than a day to book something in the plan and we're more in the squads.
correct, yeah. So only 2 more weeks really of us not having solid numbers, and then for the game on the 13th, that whole week we get more. It's going to be nice as the Intelligence rolls over. So, Saturday, these are our stats. So, looking at that, obviously after the game, myself and Matt were quite happy. Looking at that, I don't get any less happy about the result on Saturday. Okay, okay? So shots on target, starting with. We had 9 shots, 5 on target, obviously one of them lived Dean's penalty. Horswell had 18 shots, 11 on target, but those 8 blocks also counted as shots on target, okay? Watching the footage back, we got out to pretty much every shot they put on. Edge of the box, we're closing down. Even Rachel's watching it back, which I haven't put in here because I don't want to reminisce it. We closed her out, we had 2 players on it, it was just a really, really good shot, so there's nothing to be upset about there. Possession, 46% to 53%. Again, I'm not upset at that. We were playing arguably on their day the second best team in this competition, maybe third, but still a top 14. And for that to be our first game is really, really impressive. Passing strings, 3 to 5, so that's every time we completed 3 to 5 passes without being interrupted. 28 to Horswell's 29. Again, I'm not upset about that. The one I'm a little bit disheartened by is the one where we managed 6+ passes. We'll go into why. I've got a couple options of where things broke down, but with our process and how things look, not being able to get 6+ passes together more than once throughout a game is it disappointing, but it's something obviously I'd like to see going up. But in saying that, Horswell only had 4. Their highest was a string of 7, so nothing to shy away from there. Attacking transitions, that is every time we won the ball on any stage of the pitch. The number was a lot higher than I thought it was going to be, but 218 to 215, that was a really good game to watch back and watch live. And passes, 385 to 424, 54%, big pitch. Again, nothing really upset about with there. So looking at how I want those to improve from next week. 9 shots with over 50%, I'm not upset because in a different game we could have 4 goals if it was our day, you know. So nothing really to be ashamed of there. The only one I would say is to be more clinical when we get in front of goal, as we'll see going forward. We had 1 really big chance and put straight at the keeper. That was an unfortunate one, everything else was fairly solid. Passing, 60% should be an easy target for us to hit, especially when we're hitting 300, 400, 500 passes. Hitting that 60% mark, especially with the amount of time and space we had on Saturday, that would be a really good one to look for at the rest of the season. Passing strings, again, 25 to 30 of making 3 to 5, nothing wrong with there, but as I said, making 6+ a bit more often would be really, really nice. And position for this weekend, I really want to look back on it and we have high position in Coastal. I think it's a really achievable goal and one we should be able to pull out well. If we had it in our last game, I'd say we definitely would have had that, but obviously no video to film it, we might not have one this week, but still looking forward, I'd love to see that. And the thing I've got at the end, if we can't go forward, we go sideways, if we can't go sideways, we go backwards and we try again. As you'll see again from the videos, a lot of these 3, 4, 5 string passes ended with a long ball to no one, and that was just our attack on again, we just really forced things in certain areas. So, this is a little 1-minute clip of all the shots we took on Saturday. I believe there'll be sound, but it might be coming out of my laptop, so I'll turn it up. But we will have a quick watch and then see what we think. Can anyone see that? You want the lights on? I really thought that was going in. I was so happy with that shot. That was a really good one.
No, I was literally just
What do you think of that? Looking at what we just saw. Funny, but listening back is going to be funny. Feel up with myself. But in terms of the shots, I've obviously got to break down on the next slide. But any opinions, thoughts? Yep.
I was going to say in a lot of watches we probably had a chance to go wide and because we had so much space. Well, it looks like we had so much space out wide and generally unmarked out there as well.
So like the thing with this is English Park is enormous. So we were probably playing on 80% of the width on Saturday just because we keep creeping out to the side and you feel like we're so detached from everything else that's happening. Which is fine, and obviously as we plan it more, hopefully we'll get used to it. It's also a fitness thing. You look at how far away the ball is, I don't want to run that far, so you tuck yourself in. Again, absolutely fine. Looking at how I saw those, positives. Lots of shots taken for half chances, okay? And although we said we've rushed them, something we've struggled with in the past seasons is we have something that we might be able to get a shot off on and we just never take it, so we never know. So looking at that from a positive standpoint, I was actually quite happy that a lot of those ones where you're in the box, you're on the edge of the box, we were still trying to get something off. Following up on them, I think either Liv, Sophie, Lauren, Livy, well not Livy, sorry, other Liv, whoever was up front at the time in that front three, if you were involved in the shot, you were still following up on the keeper, which again is something we try to look to do. Got into good positions in front of goal, testing out the goalkeeper from short and long, and wasn't scared to take on some of those long shots. However, negatives, close range, the 1, 2nd, 3rd in, pretty much on the penalty spot and happened to be straight at the keeper. So trying to find those corners, but a lack of urgency and decisiveness. And some of them, when progressing into the final third, as we said, yards, when you're looking to go out wide, some of those ones we saw goal and we went for it. Those attacking transitions. Got a little breakdown here. This one I will stop and we will look at where the ball should have gone instead of where it did go through these. Hopefully that pulls them at the right time. Okay, ball into Liv. Liv, oh fuck, did not want to pause there. Liv holds it up perfectly. Right, if we look at our process, where should this ball go next? Okay, so either here to knock it on, or back here and get the switch working. Okay, there was, I believe, no one here. So this is the perfect option there. Instead what happens? Turns ball up the field into no one. Okay, so again, looking back on that, when our process is working, we have all that time and space in our centre backs, and we just don't use them enough. Okay. Same here. Sophie somehow keeps this in. Muscles off the defender, works hard to keep it. Ball goes here. That's not the right place. Kaylee beats the defender again. Where's the best place to go? This is the closest horizontal defender, and then the next one I believe is one of these two. Okay, so in my eyes, when she's going to have this much room to move into, it's either going to be somewhere in here or back to one of these two in this space in here. Okay, instead turns back into the defender and loses the ball. Next one. Out of the wing, yep, so what is happening here is this is Liv Herman and this is Sarah Eichler, okay? Liv Herman, back heel, really nice, really enjoyed that one. This position here, Sarah has one defender in front of her and 3 people making a run to the box. Byline run or cut back, what would you do? So head to the byline and try and get a ball in, or try and beat this defender here and come back into this space. Byline. I would have thought. Tries to beat the defender, bust it off, chance gone. Okay? So now you can see a lot of these chances, we are one movement or one pass away from just opening up so much more space. This one here was harsh for me to put it in, but I'm still going to put it in. Ball out wide, again, person here, person making back post run, Kaylee, and lots of space coming in here. Ball's forced into really no one, lost position again. This was an example of a good one, okay? I really enjoyed watching this one when I saw it. Lifting is out on the swing. This is, I believe, Zelia on the ball here. Watch Lifting, calls for the ball goes long into space, perfect. The ball was just off, but if that goes to Lifting's feet, I'd like to see how that goes. But that was an example of when we do try and get the ball forward, that was probably the right option to make. Fantastic. Happy with those? See what we're looking at. Perfect. Our passing strings, same sort of thing I'm going to do here. I'll pause it, see where the ball's good to go. This counted as our 6th pass string, by the way, so this was our most of the game. Yeah. Okay. If whoever this is here didn't make that pass, this goes to the defender, by the way. This would have been the smart option again, or turning out and going back the other way. Okay, this one I'm actually not upset with. This one we look to go back, but then that one there, instead of turning out when we have 1, 2, 3, we've gone straight back to where we just came from, and that was a throw into Oswald. Never mind, it wasn't, we kept the ball. That's what it was. Back to the defenders, turn around, just hoofed it up the line, okay? Again, this one here, really nice start. We're using those triangles. Why go back to where we just came from? We've just worked all the space to get out of these 2 attackers, and now we're forced a 2v1 force wall. Turned into be a really nice long ball, but still. Lost the ball there. This one I was really happy with. This is fantastic. If that ball there pays off, that would be lovely. Okay, again, we can see what we're looking at here. It's 1 pass or 1 movement, and we just moved into 8 as a space, especially on this field. Next one. How many times did we give the ball away within 3 passes of receiving it? Any guesses? Stab in the dark. No, I'm still taking guesses. I haven't seen it. Anyone else? High, low, 50? Anyone? Okay. Got that in. 78 times. And if you look at that out of 200 passes or 218 times of winning the ball, that's not a horrible number. But then when you look back at our passing strings, only 20-something times we managed to actually force that in and get it going. Okay. This is just a personal highlight from the game. And Sarah actually messaged me apologising for this, and I said never again should you apologise. But this was highlight 1 of 2 of the game. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Look at you.
Yeah, I was in disbelief because that was like 10 minutes left, and Rachel Roddy has a free kick on the edge of the box. But the other one was Lola fake shots a Horsell defender, and they did about 4 rolls. I had the clip and I lost it somehow, but that one was also fantastic. Moving on from Oswald.
Let's get out the gate.
That was a horrendous photo.
I screenshotted it and sent it to me, and I said salty.
She goes, it was it what I did.
She looks like she's looking straight at the camera. And that got sent to Oswald as well, because that is a diabolical thing to do. Anyway, Coast.
Yeah, I know.
Right moment, right time for a job.
Honestly.
Yeah, it was on Facebook. Yeah, fantastic. Moving on to this weekend. Right, Coast Spirit Reserves. What do we know? The last time we played them 2 weeks ago and 6 weeks ago, whatever it was. They're not slow. Correct.
Really strong midfield. They're like diamonds. They're quite far apart.
So something that all Coast will do really well on attack is they get numbers forward, and they've got fast numbers forward. Doesn't mean they always score from it, but again, they get them forward, and that is quite dangerous. Looking at some of their clips from game against Tech, which I was so kindly provided, we will look at some of those chances. This one has no sound, so this is going to be a awkward watch if it doesn't work, especially. We will just. But they're like 12, but anything for the whole game. Okay, here we go. As we can see, long ball to nothing, but they push high numbers on it, okay. Forced a mistake, ball into them. Even here, I thought, okay, they're going to lose this. Turned out really nicely. Got the ball to a free man, got a good shot off. Okay, didn't get on target, but again, they forced numbers forward with intensity. Another attack here. Ball into midfield. Someone picks it up, sees the gap. You've got 3, 4 running into the box there. She goes all the way, gets a good shot off, and Scarlett jumps on top of that one. Okay. Didn't have many clips like this on Saturday, and looking at it, Tech set up really well, which is going to play into our favour, talking about how we're going to be lining up next week. 2-0 to Tech. Both goals came in the second half, I believe. Lack of defensive structure. This is one that is going to play massively into our favour. Loses the ball out wide.
Oh.
Pretty much every time Tech picked up the ball, this is how things look for them. Their wing backs get real high real quickly, and then their centre backs are left to do a whole lot of nothing.
And they man mark quite aggressively out wide. Like I found that if I was stepping forward, their winger would literally just follow me all the way to the edge of the box.
Yeah.
That they have no availability to do what they want to do. Like they will just stick on you the whole time. So, you know, if I move up, I'm just creating space for other people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want the ball.
No,
I'm
this
just
is-
moving far away.
This is a really good example of how it looks, and as much as I hate watching Tech score, Tech score from this. Spoilers.
Yeah, that's.
So they get the ball back, give it away, straight to the box. Thanks for coming. Okay. 1 million there, that was lazy. But again, looking forward, this is how they look a lot of the time on defence, okay? Lack of defensive structure, no, that's the same one. Goalkeeper distribution, okay? This is,
Last time this was not that great.
no, this is an atrocious watch, and feel free to look at this and laugh, because I probably did for about 5 minutes, but in all seriousness, this is going to be our main point of focus for Saturday. If we can get this under control, we will score a bag full, okay? So watching this, this is a good one as well. Okay. Watching this, goal kick, Tech striker pounces early, so she still has all the time in the world, and picks out the Tech striker. Okay, misses that one, that's unfortunate. Or, again, lack of defensive structure, centre backs on her own, plays it to the keeper, all the time in the world, one kick, straight to the Tech midfielder, okay? And that one went in, yeah. I'd like to see that back. Keeps off her line, that's 2-0. Again, goal kick, 2 centre backs as options, kicks it straight out. I wish I was joking. This one,
You can see the line, I just go.
Yeah.
this one, really nice catch. All the time in the world, throw straight to the Tech midfielder. Yeah, I was confused why they did it. But yeah, their centre back still went nudging them, 20-30 metres. And out of her hands, again, she can't make a decision. And this one here, I actually want to put it in because she does make a very good save here, which looks like is the only thing she's got in her game. Okay, so looking forward to that one. That is something we really have to pounce on. Yeah, again, going back to that lack of defensive cohesion. A lot of the time, you wouldn't even be on your back and then just put it to the sideline, especially that first 10-20 minutes. Again, that's when we had how do we line up for Saturday? This week we are starting in a 3-5-2 and we'll be reverting back if it's not working, but looking at what we've just looked at, I'm very, very confident in how it looks, okay? Narrow, short pitch. So we're playing on St Albans Park, if we remember from last time, it was narrow and it was short. That plays into our favour. If I put you guys out to a 3-5-2 for the first time on English, it would be a different story and I could never do that to you. But this game, I really want to go ahead this weekend so we can test it out and see how it looks. The reasons for this, obviously less distance to cover for those wide players, so it's not going to be as many Ks up and down, side to side. Utilise the opposition inexperience in midfield to overload and create easy outlets. And as you were saying before, individually, they're three really good players, the three they have in there, but they just don't work together very well. They get very wide, very stretched, and that's where this sort of encompasses that and gets on top of it. We will look in the next slide at how these things look and different, but as I said, 4-3-3, if it falls back to it, but I'm very confident for the first 60-70 minutes, this is going to do a very solid job. Okay. Default positions, so from the goalkeeper's hands, this is how I would like it to set up. So we've got the three centre backs. These two wide centre backs are ideally playing as a slightly narrower left and right back, and then we have an overall, what else gone, centre back in here. Through the midfield, 6-8-10, that is very similar to our 4-3-3 we're already playing, so that I'm very confident working. But these two is where our numbers start to increase, okay? And two strikers again. There's something different we haven't been using, but I'm very excited to see how it works out. So how this is going to look is from the goalkeeper's goal kick, the whole field shifts over, so this player becomes the left back, these two become the centre backs, and this player becomes the right back. Okay, so we have a back four from goal kicks. Then we have our midfield trio in the midfield, but the left back, whatever it used to be, tucks in to create that overload, so we still have three, so we're not getting outnumbered, and then going forward you're going to have your 10 and your two strikers. Going forward in attack, I really want to see these two players, at least one of them each time, so that's the wide players, getting up and playing as a winger, okay? That's something that Tech did really well against us when we played them at Garrick. They often had 4 or 5 people running it up at pipe, and we just couldn't keep up with it, because if the ball went out one side and we had an overload out there, the ball would just come back and go to the other side, and there was just 4 more people waiting for us, okay? So that's why I really want to test it out on this pitch and see how we're looking, because if we can do this successfully, they will not be able to keep up with us looking at what we just saw, because that is always going to be 2 strikers and a cam going forward, and then either a right mid or a left mid, centre mid's following up, and then their back line is going to know what to do with themselves. Okay, everyone happy with that?
This also doesn't stop us from the process that
Correct.
you've just got more options to go ball back to, and then you're still switching hands on, and then just firing. Or your other centre backs or your white players will be, so you've just got one this player here. They're going to have more space.
Correct. With Coastal, they line up in a 4-3-3. That is 1 player per centre back, okay? So there shouldn't be any confusion about who you're marking, but then it's when you're going forward and you're getting out the field, that's when the overload starts to happen, especially in this midfield space. Because they play 4-3-3, you're likely going to have a wing back here, and you're going to have a winger here. That is just no man's land for you to sit in. Again, exactly what Tech did to us. And they just got these balls out. They'll receive the ball at feet and have no one on them, and they can play it where they like to play it to. And that's something I really want to see in that space there. And when I read over this, it took about 45 minutes, but it's taken us 31. So well done, team.
In the, well, sorry, 2 questions.
Yep.
From the goal kick, is it always going to be the same winger who's dropping back?
No. So that's only if it's this side. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So if it's on the opposite side,
Correct.
you're the one dropping in.
So if
Okay,
you
cool.
are playing right mid here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Lucy's
right.
taking it from this side,
Yeah.
Sarah or Caitlin or whoever's playing will drop into this spot here, and then you'll drop
Yeah.
the right back, and
Yeah.
then you go forward into this formation here.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And is it similar with the attacking transition? If the ball is on the opposite side of tucking into the midfield,
No.
or I just stay as
So if the ball is on this side here, wide midfield.
yes,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. If the ball is on this side here, this is the person that then turns into our left winger and is making that back post run.
Yeah.
So that gives us that overload on that side, whereas if we force these numbers forward, so this person goes forward with balls on this side, we're crammed into this part of the pitch. But then if we open up to this side, then we have the entire pitch to work with. The ball tends coming in for the edge of the block run. So that's how I really want it to look. Is if it is ball side, the opposite side is typically the one in action if it's dropping forward or going forward.
Okay.
Yeah, dropping back, going forward. Makes sense, everyone?
Basically, this is just your starting position is higher.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah,
same
yeah,
role.
yeah,
There's just no one in front of you. So
Yeah,
your
perfect.
role is literally to bounce inside and
Yeah.
keep bouncing that triangle. You're the tip of that triangle the whole way. So you're playing into here,
Yeah.
here, and you just carry it.
Sweet.
You're always that tip of the triangle.
But no requirements to
No, you do not have to tuck in. You can stay wide, but if there is an overload in this area, as in their wingbacks coming up, which is very likely, then you can tuck in and create either a match of components or an overload. If you have played wing or wingback for me, there is very likely you will end up in one of these two positions.